Welcome to Rupp Arena, two of college basketball's most successful programs on the floor, North Carolina and Kentucky. North Carolina, a young team, a freshman backcourt of Manuel and Scott, of Capel and Tayshaun Prince to watch out for today. Craig Bolerjack, Bill Raftery. Kentucky 4-1, North Carolina 1-3, and underway as Kentucky trolls a tip and a whistle before the shot.
And a real early giveaway by Jack Emanuel as Carolina tried to go minute.
Glad we got that in. Billy, I tell you, one thing to watch. Kentucky, if they drop to a zone, it's very important that North Carolina has the ability to penetrate today.
Yeah, and they've worked hard. Matt feels that's some of the shortcomings for their tough start, and they get the down screen by Fitch for the foul.
Head coach of North Carolina, second year, Brad Daugherty, lost key opponents last year, 26-win team, remember, including Brendan Haywood and Joseph Forte.
And you might as well throw Peppers and Curry into the mix. Julius Chris, outstanding football player, and Donald Curry as well.
Quarterback and defensive end, and Julius Peppers won the Lombardi. College football. Scoreless here in the opening seconds. Manuel, the freshman.
Reversing the basketball is very important because you can set Lang up that way.
From the corner, three ball off the mark, but it's tried off the hands of North Carolina. Kentucky's head coach in his fifth season is Tubby Smith and owns that 1998 national championship, won it against Rick Majerus of Utah down in San Antonio.
Well, very confident guy, really understanding how to bring a team along. Once in a while, a rocky start, but they are tough at the end of the year. Good hedge that time by Lang.
Blevins got the start for Hawkins for Kentucky. Bogan, the three.
Now that's a tough shot, that back dribble. Not too many guys can make it.
We played a minute. Still scoreless. They work it inside. Lane with the right hand and a whistle.
Well, the more he touches the basketball, the better this Carolina team is. They start inside, usually makes great decisions. They have the size on the perimeter to dump it down, and Lang's got a great body to hold people off. Basically a four-man is what they think, a power forward who's playing some center. A little local kid there out of Gastonia, Carolina.
Lang averaging 16 points a game. Missed a chance for a three-pointer, but picked off the rebound off his miss.
Nice pass again.
Lang, he went right. This time drops it with the left hand.
Just so good in that low box area. Johnson with a great delivery.
Boy, Chris Lang off to a 4-0 lead. And a whistle.
Now, you mentioned how Lang got himself free, just looping along the baseline. Here's a nice little bump, sets it up. He's able to right away before the defense gets set, freeze him with that jump left hook. He's terrific with either hand.
Foul called on Lang, his first, second team foul for North Carolina. Kentucky will inbound.
Prince, one of those guys that likes to post up, but they don't seem to get him the basketball that well down there, so he'll drift to the perimeter where he's so tough with threes.
Prince, left-hander, launches the three. Compton, California is home for Tayshaun Prince, averaging 16 and a half a game.
Why the lefties look so pretty with that stroke? I mean, it's amazing. He's uncanny.
Scott spots up and drains it.
Of course, they're force-feeding him into the point position, but he can fill it up as well. You know, the danger of Carolina having a great start against man-to-man, Kentucky may be forced to go to the zone, and that we'll see how much they've improved during practice.
Prince again, three, back-to-back.
See how he stretches you? Always helps the inside people, because now you got to get up and guard him.
He's the reigning SEC Player of the Year, and in the preseason voting, Bill, they labeled him to repeat.
And why not, huh?
Yeah, back-to-back threes.
Great to see him back, too.
Lang wants a shot and hits. Baseline.
And he does the quiet the crowd. Chris giving a little message here.
North Carolina 4 for 5 from the floor to start. Kentucky 2 out of 3. Loose ball. Wildcats have it. Pitch around to Prince. Another three.
Oh, he's in his zone.
Oh!
And a tough thing for Capel now. is if you go up on him, he's going to put it on the floor, and then he finds people. Good distributor as well. Might as well get Capel in the mix to counter him. Good job.
Capel works hard off the glass. The follow, up and down. Boyd Lang working hard with 8 points. So far, it's Prince versus Lang.
I'll tell you, he's trying to get everybody involved here, Lang, as he checks the crowd out. Just get down and guard your guy, Chris.
Tayshaun Prince wants another. Could he make it 4? Yes!
Oh, they switch Johnson on him. Well, that's the danger when a great player gets off. Can't rush into a turnover if you're Carolina.
4 threes.
Oh, no!
Oh, my!
How good is that? He's got the puppy set off the bus.
Oh, 15 for Tayshaun Prince, and they're all 3 balls. 5 for 5.
Carolina go inside for composure. And here they force the walk with the good pressure D. Tayshaun is not a prince, he's a king. Stroking the tray.
Tayshaun hitting it deep. Woo.
CBA Sports coverage of the road to the Final Four is sponsored by new Pepsi Twist. Pepsi and Diet Pepsi with a twist of lemon. Remington Microscreen 3 TCT Shaver. A totally close shave even on the tough spots. And by Singular, the wireless company dedicated to helping you express yourself.
Well, Craig Butler-Jack, you don't talk to a guy that's pitching a no-hitter. You don't go near a guy that's hot. Don't touch him. And defensively, the closeout. He's got 5, folks, of these. One a little deeper than the other. A little nylon stroke. Just incredible. Effortless from deep. The mistake Carolina made, they should have let him touch it in the low box. Maybe he wouldn't have come outside.
Boy, he's on track for a career night from behind the arc. His career number is 6. So far, 5 for 5. He scored all 15 Kentucky points.
And they go inside, so I'll give you a little lesson here. He's got a little jump hook in there.
Guarded by Capel. On the drive, Bogan thought about the 3, back on the floor. Nice square up. Short. Lang battles for the rebound.
And he sure did. Stone, very physical. Great check out by Chris Lang.
Interesting here, Bill, to see how a young North Carolina team will respond after those bombs away by Prince.
And usually they go inside, and you got to catch it there. Got to get the hands ready. They do a nice job after timeouts of going inside and getting touches.
Jawad Williams, 21, checking in. Let that ball slip through. Hawkins also in for Kentucky, and they dump it inside. Marvin Stone with the bucket.
And all of that was made by Hawkins' penetration. Really drew some people.
North Carolina 5 of 7. Kentucky 6 out of 8 from the floor.
Well, when you're hot and hungry, you start using your hands. And you want the basketball, the touch here, a little massage job. I'm sure he didn't pay for that. But his ability around the basket is not as impressive as outside. Maybe give him some touches there, see if he can make a mistake or 2.
Lane comes up high to help out Scott. Lob down low again. Second time they tried the entry pass to Jawad Williams, and second time he's lost it away.
It didn't work. That was a tough angle, too, and not a high enough loop, maybe. But right here, this has been the problem. Field goal percentage. Carolina shooting the basketball as well. And look at the three-point, too. Not anywhere near they should be. They should be in the low 30s. Assists, something that, and turnovers over the years, they've been solid, finding people for better shots and not turning it over.
Williams strong with the 3. Rebound goes to Scott. That one barely touched iron. Manuel up top. No.
Why are you in a hurry? Just relax. Get the offense set. Reverse the basketball. That's what happens when you're playing with inexperienced people. And there's the little chug on the baseline move there. Jawad Williams, once in a while, when you don't bring it the other end, you don't move the legs on the defensive end.
There's Jawad Williams and head coach of North Carolina, Matt Daugherty. Last year, Bill, incredible season. National Coach of the Year, 26-7, but lost key members to that team.
Absolutely. Of course, outstanding near the end. They did not play as well as they had earlier. And a tough start as noted this year. Once again, Hawkins gets into the lane. That should be no basket because it was going in by itself. Andre Patella, offensive interference. And Andre getting a nice Lexington welcome here.
As Gerald Fitch interferes, that ball was in the cylinder.
Yeah, once you get in the lane like that, you can really do some damage. That baby was going in. They didn't need any help.
Kentucky up by 7.
Marson in the game. Guy brings some excitement. He's got his confidence back. He can really fill it up deep. Got to show it on the wing pass.
Bill, these two programs storied. Look at that. Kentucky going for their 1,800th win today. And between the two, 10 NCAA champions.
Terrific, huh? All the All-Americans, they usually come back here at Kentucky for the games. Get an angle on the dump down. Mentioned Marson, they'll be prepared for him. Now they'll force him to put it on the floor and then get a pinch.
Lane jump hook, nice, tough shot.
Just give it to him. I mean, he also makes good decisions. Let it start in there and let him be the leader on the floor, the assist guy.
Langen double figures with 10. He had 13 points, 13 rebounds against Georgia Tech last Sunday.
And he's really not working on the defense. And by that, they're not challenging him. Here's got stoned the steps by Bogans. But the ability to make shots, it's more important that you duck in and hold your position. Here, the angle, he points the ball to the forward spot. And what's nice about being ambidextrous, he can swim also. He can nail that jumper left or right on either box.
Laying on the bench, taking a breather after starting this game 5 for 5. He's 6'11", around 250.
Was the double and the open look for Marson.
Has a good look, strong off the back of the iron. Capel keeps it alive, dumps it. Williams on the baseline, back up top, Capel.
What Matt's looking for is poise, too. Don't rush into things. Run your offense. They got good things they can go to.
5-point Kentucky lead. 22 on the shot clock.
First thing is going to get around the rim a little bit.
Morrison around the pick. Boy picks up a double team, ball on the deck.
Great job. That's terrific defense. He took away his vision. Nobody able to get to the post. Painful, isn't it? Just trying to get this young team to know what you want to run. Great patience being exhibited by Matt, I think. And after that Georgia Tech game, he was so delighted by his senior leadership. The guys that really stepped up, and he felt the character of the team was tested during that losing streak, too.
Well, Fitch goes out, Bill. Rashad Caruth, a freshman from College Park, Georgia, has just checked in. He missed the first 4 with a high ankle sprain, and he can shoot it.
So can he. Oh, a little honey. But Caruth is an outstanding deep shooter and very, very competitive, I think. He's got that tough edge that you need as a player.
I don't think I've seen a guy shoot like this, and I don't know if I will again. 6 for 6 from behind the 3. Capel tries to answer. North Carolina keeps it alive, and they continue to rush.
Yeah, I mean, you're 33 seconds on the clock. And Capel gets the hit here, does a good job. There's a little bit of everything.
Well, for complete NCAA hoops coverage, all you need to do is go through the basketball season. Go to cbs.sportsline.com or America Online keyword CBS Sportsline.
Capel, a guy that's been asked to play a lot of positions, out of positions, really understands the game. And one of the reasons, as we check out the book on Jason Capel, his dad, outstanding coach at ODU. He gives the heels opportunities on the glass, and he really knows defensively. He helps others. That's so important as they get better on that end of the floor.
Capel with his first point, averaging 15 a game. A 70% shooter makes them both out of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
There's that high pick and pop, and that's the tough thing. They get a back screen to Prince.
Pockets. Oh, that was a clothesline.
A little kiss, and he also had Prince on the back screen. Well executed play.
Hawkins with his first bucket, 22-14. Ball moved around. Morrison, boy, tenacious defense by the Wildcats.
Sure is. And they got numbers here if they want.
Hawkins on the breakaway. Dumps it back. And down. I don't think they planned it, but they'll take it. Jules Kamara. And a timeout. Wildcats break away. Hawkins, Kamara.
Oh, I don't want to go yet.
Well, North Carolina is fighting for an identity. All Matt Doherty asked for, please play hard.
All I can ask is give me your best effort. We're going to make mistakes, especially with a young team. And if you give me your best effort and we stick together, then the wins and losses will take care of themselves. At the end of the day, if you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I did the best I could, that's all I can ask for.
Matt walking at the Notre Dame, took a program. John McLeod had recruited some terrific kids and set out 122 games. They beat Connecticut twice, a terrific Connecticut team. He's had a world of experience working for Roy Williams.
Yeah, 7 years in Kansas.
He's got Dino back on campus there. He's got Bill Guthridge. This is a young group. He's going to get better as the year goes on, and also the recruiting. They feel very comfortable that they've had a great start, so they're going to have to weather the storm here. Of course, the schedule they have to play. You can see the percentage by Kentucky. Well, how do you stop that? That's got to come down.
Bill, let me ask you, how do you stop? I mean, how do you weather that storm? 82%, 9 of 11 to start this game.
And actually, they're still in it. I mean, now they've got Lang back in. Make sure they go inside. Here's the little zone, and they're going to test them now. High low doesn't work. Good reversal.
Boone, three-pointer, rattles it down.
Terrific asset when you deep shooters. Boone to the offense by Adam. Can drill him.
Prince drives, dishes underneath, and count it.
And that's what makes him so tough. You run out on him now, he can put it on the floor and can deliver. Daniel's a guy who can pass the basketball with the best of them. The recipient is Eric sets up, but he turns the corner now, and all the defense steps up. Lang does what he's supposed to, but you can just see a little bit late from the top as Brian's unable to get down there. Morrison's got to really dig and get in front of that pass receiver.
Daniels completes the three-point play, sophomore from Cincinnati. He's put on about 10 pounds to his frame and is paying off, getting more minutes under Tubby Smith. Jawad Williams, a little out of control. Boy, they just stuffed him.
Yeah, well, you got to understand what's ahead of you.
They drive, they kick. Caruth, he's a long ball threat. Missed. Kamara.
And that's what running does, though. Caruth, the confidence to shoot it, and the ability to push all the defense under, and a great defensive play here. Doesn't get away with it. Boom, fortunate. Hawkins tries to dupe the official into the call. He may not have gotten totally squared as Tubby doesn't agree. He didn't like the goaltending call earlier, and not that particular play, but Hawkins has played solid basketball early on here.
Hawkins goes out with the 2 fouls. And back in is J.P. Blevins, one of the co-captains for Kentucky.
Nice handle to post up the 2-1-2. The key now is Lang's got to keep active. They've got to drive or get between defenders against this zone. You got to see the overload here now.
Boone looks inside, back up top, Lang. From long range and right down the pipe.
He's got a great stroke.
Morrison for 3. Plenty of 3 balls in this game. 29-20 Kentucky.
Well, George Karl spotted him. He was actually his coach in Summer League and recommended they go to Carolina. He's starting to light it up, and so is this guy. The Prince is king. A floater. What else did he?
Well, you mean he didn't step out and hit the 3 that time?
He's really done a great job penetrating now the last 2 trips.
Kentucky by 11.
George Gervin body, would you say?
Yeah.
And it's just sinewy.
Morrison, good penetration. Boone, head fake, baseline, square, shoots way strong. Prince on the other side for the rebound.
Good use of the floor. Well, that's the guy they feel can be a legitimate big-time deep threat. He's got the beef philosophy. We'll fill that in later. That's his formula for the great stroke.
Al Outlaw from down Atlanta way.
And to follow up on it now, it's called balance, eyes, elbow, and follow through. Beef.
Beef.
Give me the beef. As Rashad knocks one down. Caruth.
Billy, look at this. Halfway through the first half and some more. It's 81%. Sizzling shooting by the home team.
That's as high as I don't recall anybody shooting for this length of time, that percentage, over 10 minutes.
7 turnovers for North Carolina. Kentucky taking care of it very well in the first half. Only 3 turnovers. Turnaround shot off the glass would not fall. And Kamara had a good look.
Well, a nice duck in. They run a back screen to get him to the box, and then his footwork got jammed up a little bit.
Lang. Cross-court pass, Morrison. High arcing shot. Lang battles and a fresh 35 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Johnson, that Dykeman League helped him all summer. Worked with Morgan Stanley, and look at this kid drill him. I mean, you've got to get up. They've got some shooters on the floor here. You better close out quickly.
Morrison with a pair of 3, 6 points, and it's a 10-point game. Quickly back the other way around the rim and out. Capel has it.
Now, that wasn't good defense. You can't give him an open look like that, Cruz. He'll just put you away.
8 minutes left, opening half. Morrison's had the hot hand. Nice lob. Entry, Lang lost it off the back of the standard.
You know what's great about Morrison? He's got the confidence to make that pass now.
There's a timeout in Lexington, North Carolina, Kentucky, and the Wildcats on top by 10. Carolina by 10, 72% shooting for Kentucky. My goodness, and Tayshaun Prince, 6 for 6 from behind the three-point line. Bill, I would not want to play him in a game of horse to start this one.
Well, this is real simple for the Kentucky players. You know, if you want to have food on the road, don't shoot horse against him for your per diem.
That's
you're
right.
Gonna, you're very hungry at night. I mean, I've seen Ray Flynn years ago got off in the Palestra. The old mayor of Boston. He was the great guard with Vinnie Ernst of Providence. But this is something I haven't seen from that length. I mean, extraordinary ability to stroke deep shots and then mix his game up when they counter it.
He's gone inside one time.
Yep, and the dribble, he made a pass inside.
Morrison quick off the dribble, and that ball rims out. Picked up by Kentucky. Hayes is in. Chuck Hayes, another freshman, a lot of youth. Tubby Smith trying to weave in this game.
And really no inside game. Here's a little curl fitch off, but they have not made Lang work extremely hard in there, which will keep him fresh on the other end.
Shot clock down to 11. And a whistle. Don't forget tonight, it's the SEC Championship presented by Dr. Pepper. How about number 2 ranked Tennessee taking on LSU tonight, 8 o'clock right here on CBS. And for more, go to cbs.sportsline.com or America Online keyword CBS Sportsline.
Should be a great one.
Atlanta. Those two will battle.
And they get it to Lang. Tough. That's pretty deep.
Come on.
Oh.
Come on.
Wow. Just give it to me, he's saying.
Lang with his 12th point, 6 field goals. Lang playing a durable career here at North Carolina, 107th game.
Oh, the penetration and the errant toss. But what they're doing is they're starting it with Lang and not settling outside with a jumper. Let him get a touch. If he doesn't have something, he cross-courts the ball, he kicks it back outside. Has a great understanding of control and timing.
Lang with 12, the rest of the Tar Heels with 13.
Man-to-man is there. They like that little screen to get him to here.
Lang steps out. Well, you know what? There are 2 players that just have the stroke today. Chris Lang, and we've seen Tayshaun Prince, who started this game with 6'3".
They better not shake hands. We're going to start a fire here. My goodness. And he's imploring the crowd here like, why are they not playing me? And he's very fortunate he didn't get a foul because
on the back.
Capel did a great job helping out on the box.
He was on the back of Estel. Marquise Estel.
I'm sure you've, in your high school days, where the coach said, you know, go out and play that guy, but anything over 18 feet, let him shoot. Right? And you get a guy like Prince, who's back on the floor now. Where do you not guard him? And just extraordinary range. And also, he decimates your defense because you've got to help on any dribble drive, which opens it up for him. There's a double on the out of bounds for Bogans.
Lane goes out. Brian Bursticker, a senior out of Virginia Beach. Virginia is in. Prince gives it off inside. Estel had a good look. Fitch battles. Estel working hard.
Carolina's got to come up with that one. That was a big miss for them to garner and go the other way.
Well, he's terrific from the floor, shooting 63%.
High percentage shots down there.
Morrison faked the 3. 18 on the shot clock. Just over 5.5 minutes left, opening half here in Lexington. Little crossover dribble for Scott. Good defense by Kentucky.
Really gathered at the point of attack.
7 on the shot. Morrison nowhere to go.
He ended up stepping on a foot, which caused the turnover. Got to have a decision rendered before you get too deep. but the ability to get in that deep, unfortunately, you get under the rim and don't nail a guy, comes over the top and able to convert. Little zone look now, 2-3.
Fitch walked it up. Now Chuck Hayes.
Well, the short corner, don't leave him alone.
From the three-point arc, and the left-hander misses.
I believe this is a little giveaway. Fitch on the rebound. That's that short corner, and unfortunately with the 2-3, the wingman goes up and helps out near the foul line, and a little hide by Prince for the open look. Number 21, Carolina, make sure you know where he is. Locate him.
Blevins back in. Fitch sets out with a second foul. 5 minutes left. First half.
Little box set.
Capel has been quiet, was hit as he launched it.
And that's a break too. Hayes, you know, you're forcing a tough shot. You played good defense, but a little overzealous at the end of that particular play. Chuck giving it up. A chance to chat yesterday with Tubby. He's in good form.
Oh, very much so.
How about how he fell in love with basketball?
It's a terrific story.
Go ahead, let me hear it.
First, Capel. And there's what Capel, and he is capable. 27 is career high against Clemson.
Now that's the kind of leadership they could use. Not necessarily the points, but getting to the free throw line, making big plays. He helped on the box. He understands the game. But finish your thought on Tubby now.
Well, what happened with Tubby is that he goes to a basketball game, the Baltimore Bullets, with Dad. And he sees the big fellow, Wilt, who had to duck under the door. And right there, Tubby told us last night, you know what? That is the moment in time that I decided to either play or coach this game.
Isn't that amazing?
It's a great story.
It impressed him so much seeing Wilt come in, and I guess he said Gus was playing, and my son saw some great in Earl Monroe, but what a job he's done wherever he's been. Assistant at South Carolina to Georgie Felton, later at Tulsa, Georgia, and now in Lexington.
Capel making one of those 3 free throws. He's got 3 points, all from the free throw line. Long 3 ball, way long. Capel working hard on the defensive side with a rebound. Across midcourt, left it a little bit too long for Williams. Kentucky back the other way. Bogan.
Good play by Lang.
Daniels couldn't hit the follow away, and then, oh, what a play. Bogans plays tough, and then he throws it off Lang. It'll be Kentucky basketball.
Bogans is very good without the ball. He's good offensive rebounder. These two are so experienced, Prince and Bogans, and a heads-up play there. Look at Matt working over there. He reminds me of Luke on a second. They got a 6-man on defense. Only I can understand Matt. I couldn't understand Louis.
Bogans drives around Lang, and the follow. Oh, big play, knocked down by Eric Daniels.
And none of the guards came down to help out. That was a play where Jackie Manuel was running the other way. He's got to go and scratch.
Well, that's where that extra 10 pounds really will help a player at Division I.
Tough shot here again. Oh, a little too deep, I think. Stone with a good closeout, though.
Prince rebounds, walks it down, and then pushes back out once the 3.
Look at the rotation on that. He's just having his way. What a feeling that's got to be.
You know, he's coming off a great game against VMI. He had 21 and 10. He's got 23 in the first half.
So you're almost disappointed. They're a little bit of a force here to rush for the offense.
2-on-2.
And he spreads for the 3.
Wants it again. Around the rim and out.
Get him out of the game. He's killing him.
Daniels. Ball picked up by Williams and a whistle. And he's just here hit a career high 7 threes. Tayshaun Prince putting on the 3-point clinic.
And so with winter.
Professor Max Bickford asked his daughter to rewrite the school song. You won't believe what he hears. Academy Award winner Richard Dreyfuss stars in an all-new education of Max Bickford Sunday after 60 Minutes. And coming up on Singular at the half, Gus Johnson will have all the college basketball scores, highlights, plus Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman are in Atlanta for tonight's SEC championship game presented by Dr. Pepper. They'll preview the big matchup. Number 2, Tennessee against LSU. 20th ranked in the country. That's coming up on Singular at the half.
Gus will bring us up to speed, and I'm sure the first thing Gus is going to talk about is Tayshaun Prince drilling the long jumper. Not that Gus can't drill it, but not quite this guy's league.
I don't know if Gus can hit 7 threes and a half.
Maybe in a week. Ooh, nice step through.
Blevins,
yep.
picked up by North Carolina.
Got to be ready.
Melvin Scott brings it up. Picked up by Blevins. Manuel. It's a freshman backcourt for Matt Darty. Oh, nice. Put it on the floor around Caruth. Got stuck, and then it's picked off. Guess who? Prince.
Look at this poise and the size to shoot over, huh?
He backed out.
Should be Stone, I think, yeah. Should be Stone. But he shoots it softly, you notice, so that guys can go rebound it, but he did a great job defensively. The penetration, he took away the kick-out pass, played the passing lane in a sound fashion.
There's those eyes of Tubby, Bill.
He's got eyes that would scare you.
Yeah.
You know, he's got, with the 17 children in his family. I guess you develop eyes, though. He was he sixth? The sixth child?
He told us last night, Bill, he was the 6th of 17. Great respect for his family. All siblings still alive. His parents, he says, blessed that they're still here.
Amazing, right?
And Jesse says we have to, we got to rent on a whole hotel just to get the whole family back for reunions.
And he has no problem with humility, and he is very humble with the family, keeping it in check. They have that family reunion every once in a while. Of course, an assistant in the Olympics last time, and 2000 didn't get a chance to get to the family reunion.
Capel with 4 points, all from the free throw line.
Of course, we got that new 6-year contract. Everybody here so happy for him. Larry Ivey making a great move, the athletic director here at U of K, to ensure that they've got that seat anchored, the longevity, very important in programs of this stature.
And a timeout called as Prince was wrapped up. We'll be back to Lexington after this. Well, during that timeout, Tubby Smith really took his team to task, and there was a lot of question marks in that season-opening loss, Bill, to Western Kentucky. He was not happy. Fans a little bit questioning things, losing by 12, even though they've won 4 in a row. Tubby Smith, still you get the feeling not happy with the way that this club is still putting things together.
Well, yeah, Dennis Felton did a great job with his Western Kentucky. Of course, they lost Chris Marcus. They get a little push underneath. But finishing, you thought in that game, Patrick Sparks and David Boyden really outplayed in many respects, not only the Kentucky kids, but Marcus. He was a factor because of his size. You got to pay attention to him. But thinking of Ball State, clubs that now you've got to be prepared for everybody. And I think that's a concern. They want their players to compete for all 40. Respect the opponent.
So Jawad Williams will get a chance to toe the line. 1 plus the bonus. Hard off the rim, ball on the deck. Bogan's traveling hard, and it's out of bounds. And don't miss an amazing Thursday on CBS, beginning with an all-new Survivor. Hey, with only 8 tribe members left, who will be the next one voted off? Then it's the incredible finale of the Amazing Race. Find out who will win the $1 million prize in the exciting race to the finish, followed by an all-new CSI. It's all here. Amazing Thursday on CBS.
And of course, the race for the ball, Jason Capel, that's what they have to get into the game. Immerse yourself, get down and dirty. He did it to get the ball back for that jumper by Williams. That's all Capel, just a little thing.
Jawad Williams, a freshman from Cleveland, his first bucket and a 3-pointer. Boy, looking cut. No wonder Tubby was upset. They started 12 of 15, only 4 of 14 cents.
Who do you turn and blame? I mean, they've been getting good looks, and maybe you can blame Mike Sutton or Reggie Hansen or David Hobbs, one of his assistants. That's usually what happens if they miss free throws. It's that guy's problem. But you are going to cool down. You're never going to continue that, so you need inside play. They haven't really had touches underneath the basket. Everything's been perimeter.
Blevins. Stone. Tough defense of the putback.
Well, he carves his way in there. I mean, he is a physical performer. And now trying to bang around with Lang. The timing of the entry pass.
From the corner. Off the iron, loose ball. Bogan's reached. Blevins on the deck. Now Prince up court. Around the rim and down. Stone back-to-back buckets.
And Prince is doing everything. Terrific chest pass.
The lead is 11 for Kentucky.
Oh, goodness. You're trying to reverse the ball. You break your guy down, dribble towards him a little bit. That distance, 20 feet away. And that was a freshman rule. They were like 20 to 23 feet away. Jackie Emanuel on the other side. You got to get closer and help your partner out. Be on a rope.
Boy, North Carolina, with that freshman backcourt, 12 turnovers. And Kentucky has turned those into 6 points. A minute left, first half. Prince. Caruth, wide open.
Can't leave him. They got jumbled up defensively, totally. One of the premier shooters. They don't know.
You know, Tubby says that maybe he's the best shooter since Tony Delk.
Oh, what high praise that is. There's Rick Pitino. His days. How about that game coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Louisville down the road.
Manuel puts it on the floor. Double team, Williams.
Kentucky worked hard, taking away dribble penetration.
Lane couldn't get it to go. Over the back, no whistle.
Timeout, he gets it too. What's he done wrong? Huh?
Nothing.
Find out what he had for breakfast, Greg.
A near flawless first half for Prince.
I believe in the power of possibilities. I believe I figured out where to...
First time that North Carolina has played in this building.
They played in Memorial, right
yeah.
where they practice right now. In fact, Eddie Fogler is in the building. Eddie had 11 points in that game. Charlie Scott was his teammate, and they beat the Duke Kentucky. A little steal by Scott.
Nice job defensively. Kentucky gets back, but Scott gets the bucket.
How about that magic? They extend the floor. It's a big play. Big stop for Carolina right now.
Levin's on the drive around Williams. Ball, get out of here, says Lang.
He, as well as Prince has played, Chris Lang certainly has stepped it up on Carolina's behalf.
Sixth block of the season for Lang.
Oh, no goal.
Didn't get it away.
It out.
Did not get it away. And that ends the first half with the score. Kentucky on top of North Carolina, 47-35. And now let's go to New York and Gus Johnson for Singular at the half.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up on Singular at the half, we'll have all the college basketball scores and highlights. We'll also set the stage for the big primetime showdown as Tennessee and LSU battle for the SEC crown. That's coming up after this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the road to the Final Four is sponsored by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Nextel, how business gets done. And by Prudential Financial, growing and protecting your wealth.
It's halftime, 47-35. Kentucky over North Carolina. Craig Bolerjack back along with Bill Raftery. We've just been told that Chris Lang, who had a fine first half for North Carolina with 14 points in the locker room, became ill. He's going to try to play but will not start, Bill, in the second half.
And it really changes things because they can't go inside now. They don't have the ability for the touch, the finish. So it's a real dilemma as you look at these two outstanding performers. What starts they had? 8 for 11, 7 for 9. Flawless in their shooting approach, their overall play. And Carolina sorely needs him to get back. Hopefully he'll be able to be yo-yoed back in and out of the game. But I know Matt, he will not take any chance if the young guy is not well.
Rebounds fairly even, but it's the points giving up on those turnovers. And there is Chris Lang, as you can tell, struggling a little bit right now. Hopefully he will be able to play. With 14 points in the first half, he's in good shape, Bill. Only one foul. He played very aggressive. Manuel with the left hand. That is tough. But up for the rebound is Prince.
Well, if you say tough, it's a force, basically, you know. And Mark Davis, the trainer down there, long time head trainer at Carolina, making sure that line's okay before he gets in.
Fitch on the deck. Loose ball. They're going to jump it. Possession arrow.
We mentioned the ability both of these guys lying. But the step back jack, and forget about it. He's got a few of those. This is just a zone, folks, none of us can really relate to. Rick Mount maybe is another name that pops into my mind. Maravich, they say, has gone on these rolls. Another step back jack, a little nylon. Oh.
Assist to Gaston.
Well, Prince, as you were talking through those great highlights, bang.
He is a load. A little back screen, and look at Prince facing the ball and creates the problem. Heads up.
Bogans drives Estel off balance, and offensive is called on Marquise Estel. His first.
Burstecker with a heads-up play, but Tayshaun Prince come up with a defensive play. Here's the little step and go. Talk about when you can score, you learn how to go without the basketball. He has just been on top of his game, both ends of the floor.
Well, most of the shots we know coming from outside the three-point line, but he does have a great game inside that 8 to 10 foot range.
He sure is a field. Burstecker trying to contribute here. Nobody on the glass other than Capel.
Bogans again across midcourt. 49-35. We start the second half, and Kentucky in charge.
I think it was Johnson down there on the baseline. You know what area he could work on? Oh, he's got to be picky. The middle game. Little dribble, pull up, like a real quick off the bounce, the Jerry West kind of a move.
Will Johnson to foul his first. Prince, Bogans. Capel has it for North Carolina. And up comes Melvin Scott. First player, by the way, to ever wear #1 at Chapel Hill.
Good move, Los. Extra step because of Prince again.
Yeah.
Oh, has he been on top of it? Estel as well.
With the conclusion of today's game, we will select the Chevrolet most valuable player of the game from each team. Chevrolet will make a contribution to each school's general scholarship fund, a tradition for over a quarter of a century. 14 turnovers for North Carolina.
And that's familiar, how that little run and jump as they trap on the wing.
Levin pulls it out. Prince on the dribble and the drive. Floater. Oh, yeah. I thought that ball was rolling out.
He just has a great feel offensively. You're right. I mean, he just knew how soft to deliver it.
27 for Tayshaun Prince. He averages 16.5.
And so much for forcing him right, huh? Still able to deliver.
Scott way off the mark.
Now you got to get the team into their offense, and that's the problem. Melvin Scott's a guy that can fill it up, and traditionally the point guard looks for others first or gets everybody organized. That's part of this process that they're undergoing at Carolina.
Will Johnson, number 44, did not score in the first half. Brings it up. Bursticker also in for the Tar Heels, number 50.
They're using both sides of the floor. Now maybe Bursticker can jam it in there and do something. Much better job here.
Capel trying to back in, kicks it out, has a good look from up top, but way strong off the iron. The shot by Manuel. And quickly, Kentucky wants to run. Fitch.
There's nothing wrong with that last trip offensively.
No.
Inside out, they pride, they're just not making the shot.
Bogans, good look around the rim and out. Capel, the rebound.
There's this program over the years, we have so many great performers at both schools, obviously. But they don't have the lean-on guy on the perimeter, which certainly helps them.
I think North Carolina, they know all about the NCAA. 27 bids, 31 consecutive, Bill. Think about that. 31 straight 21 seasons for North Carolina. And there's a lot of fear that's in jeopardy this year.
Nice little play there by Scott. A little one-on-one on the lane. Well, they've got to get perking a little bit, and it's something that Matt's been striving for. I think the defense is where it starts. Be solid. And if Lang's on his game, almost a turnover here. Inadvertent.
Logan's able to save it. Now on the drive, down the lane, a whistle.
How about that cup?
Huh? He had that one laying on his hip.
He sure did. Well, you got to protect it. When you're in traffic, don't let anybody swipe. And as he turns the corner in here, look at this protection. Nobody's going to get a piece of that. No fumble by Bogans. You can see the pinch never got closed. Bursticker tried to step over, and the breakdown occurs on the bounce. It puts a real onus on the inside people.
You know, Bill, Bogans and Prince, two of the players for Kentucky who had put their name in to the NBA draft and then decided not to. Prince Did not get the shot this time to fall, but Hawkins brings it back out.
And you can see the maturity and what they contribute now because they've been down the road before. Of course, Bogans played for Morgan Wooten, one of the greats, the Hall of Famer.
But there's been pressure. There's been pressure on both those players, though, to say, hey, your game's at that level.
Well, people force kids to do some things. That's still nice little Marquise inside, and that's something they could use, I think. Ring the bell around the horn, around the tin.
He's been hot of late, 4 straight double-figure games. He has 4. He hasn't needed to score. Prince has taken care of that.
And Carolina really struggled. Only 2 points during the last 4.5 minutes. Just not the answers without Lang on the box. And once again, who's there? A Prince could make you look like a pauper. The way he's playing.
Well said. 55-37, Kentucky. It's the SEC Championship tonight, presented by Dr. Pepper. Tennessee taking on LSU, 8 o'clock, right here tonight on CBS. And how about the quarterback comparisons? Casey Clausen, Rohan Davey. A good matchup. Casey Clausen and Davey. For more, to go to CBSSportsline.com. America Online keyword is CBS Sportsline.
And back in a very important juncture of the game if they're going to get back in it. Lang, see how long he can go. You can see how solid he was in that first half. Not feeling well. I saw him in the huddle, let Matt know he was ready, and Morrison a little spark to it right out of the gate.
They go right to him.
Nice little move by Matt Doherty. Gets the spark plug into the backcourt and gets the healthy center back.
16 points. He had 14 in the first half, knocking down 7 of 9 shots. He went 17 minutes in that first half.
Good help.
Estel, jump hook shot, short, but the tip wouldn't go. Loose ball, whistle.
I don't know if it's underneath on Morrison, had a hold. But you've got to rebound. You need some help in there. Everybody's got to go scratch when you're trying to contribute and go the other way. Not an overpowering, rebounding team as Matt looks on. A concerned look as well.
Capel the foul, his first. No Tar Heel in foul trouble. Bill, Scott, Manuel, Lang, Johnson, Capel, all starters just with 1.
Estel really stuck out there.
Well, Prince likes that. That's where he's been knocking those 3 balls down. Kicks on the wing to Fitch.
Nice play by Lang.
Lang, good anticipation.
Great job. Nothing there, wait for him.
Morrison brings it down, holds it up. Now Boone, and a whistle away from the ball. And
I think Rashad Caruth under there teeing it up. Trying to let Williams know that he means business.
Caruth's a freshman. Williams also a freshman. Bogans comes back in for Kentucky, along with Marvin Stone.
I mentioned how patient Matt Doherty has been. I mean, it's important that this staff really hangs up Bobby McKinnon, Doug Wojcik, and Fred Portalbaum that they've got young guys. There's a nice kick out again. Morrison, who has that range in the Prince category.
Had a nice look. Morrison picks up Fitch.
Good clear. How about that little blow by?
Yeah.
Hawkins, well executed too, and nobody let the defender know. You got to overplay that baseline sign and the clear out.
Adam Boone picks up the foul. Stone to Hawkins up top.
Nice shape up.
Stone and a whistle.
Nice step through the move. You know, when Prince caught that ball, he does a great job of ball faking too. Gets people up in the air and they blow by, and he's still able to one bounce and get a jump shot. I think it's key for Kentucky to get some inside points. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, definitely. And Stone's a guy that can go inside. He's 6'10", big body at 253. And you're looking at a former Mr. Alabama in basketball.
Well, everybody's a Mr. something.
They are.
In both these programs. You can see how he's done well. St. John's at Florida, Indiana. So anything he can do in that low box area, but it all starts with ducking in and begging for the ball and then the delivery on time.
Well, Stone now with 8 points. He had 13 against VMI on Wednesday.
Good job by Carolina. They walked through that this morning, hitting the post man and then diffusing the pressure.
Williams up high.
No back screen is going to be Morrison. He's trying to put the screen on Stone. a little size disadvantage. Of course, they want Morrison's guy to end up playing the bigger Lang. Didn't work.
Under 14 minutes left, second half. Kentucky 57, North Carolina 39. Hawkins on the drive. A quick move. Bogans off the iron. Prince the rebound.
What a good discard, too. He got Williams moved to step. Got some long arms, though, doesn't he?
You know, he looked sluggish as we watched him practice yesterday.
Well, you don't want to give much away to you, I don't think.
Stone rolls it down and in. I tell you, Barman Stone, you just said about inside points. They were hitting him outside earlier, and now it's Stone going inside. 4 for 4 from the floor.
That's solid, and they're not able to get Lang involved. This time Williams with the post up. Now they need stops. UNC, get on the defensive end. That's the trademark for many, many years. From Frank McGuire, Dean Smith, Bill Guthridge.
Prince in traffic through the double team, still fighting. Williams, good job on the boards as he tipped that ball away. Fitch working hard on the deck. Look at this exchange. Everybody working. Bogans, and now a whistle will stop play.
Carolina unable to come up with it, though. That's important. North Carolina's got to make sure they get those free basketballs. But here's the cut by Stone. Nice job. Bogan, as he got himself in position in the low box area. Keith Bogans really does see some people. He's good without the ball.
Bogans held at just 2 points. Still surprised because he's a 17-point per man per night player. Bogans eyes the free throw off the iron. He's 1 of 7 from the floor.
Interesting that Matt Doherty going with a whole new lineup coming in, and that's just not a good pass there. Adam got to value the ball.
Capel and hits the 3.
Boy, that helps.
You know what? That's his first bucket from the floor. He had 5 points in the first half, all from the free throw line.
Now they've done a nice job adjusting, not letting Prince get off. Now they got to be sound every place else. And Lang with a nice front job. That it should be offense. Oh, wait, they're going to go the other. No, they give it to Morrison.
Boy, good defense up.
He sure was. Gerald Fitch, I thought maybe overreacted at the end, but they got the foul earlier.
Third foul on Brian Morrison out of Redmond, Washington. And now fresh legs for North Carolina. He substituted all 5.
Well, you know, normally when that happens, guys might be disappointed in the play of others. That is not the case at all. I think at this point he's trying to figure out fresh bodies, who can contribute. And at some point during the year, there's got to be a rotation that he limits himself to. But right now, I think there's a lot of even talent in the coaching staff's mind.
First point for Gerald Fitch, sophomore from Macon, Georgia. Fitch with another.
Hey, no, he was talking to me. I know. Can I shoot?
Off the rim, chased down. Who has it?
I believe it's back to Kentucky. They're really scrappy today.
CBS Sports coverage of NCAA men's basketball will continue after this message and a word from your local station. North Carolina, Kentucky, 2 storied programs. Kentucky's Adolph Rupp won 4 championships. North Carolina's Dean Smith won 2. Kentucky's Alex Groza, member of the original Fab Five. Carolina's Lenny Rosenbluth led the way to the 57 title. Kentucky's All-American Dan Issel. Billy Cunningham, Coach Smith's first star. Kentucky's Jack Givens led the way to the 1978 title. And then MJ, Michael Jordan. Not too bad, huh,
No.
MJ?
I tell you, Cunningham, of course, played years before me. I was at North Carolina. I remember him very well. But how about the coaches here? The great run, Rupp, Hall, Sutton, Pitino. Of course, I don't think Rick will be welcomed in open arms when he comes back down there.
Now with Louisville.
They'll get that program going.
Well, if the score holds true, North Carolina and Kentucky. North Carolina, the #2 most winningest team in NCAA history. And Kentucky with a chance to hit the 1,800 win mark as Fitch tries the long ball off the mark.
Melendez with a nice job rebounding there. Looking for a little spark here with this group. And that great motivator got after them in that last time out, just urging his guys to get after it.
Back the other way. Rudy. Hawkins tried to dump it back, and a whistle on the drive down the lane. Sunday on 60 Minutes before September 11th, it was the most talked about crime of the year, but suppose the culprit was also a victim. Confused? Well, suppose you watch 60 Minutes Sunday.
The guy that's not confused is Tayshaun Prince. That's a wonderful pass he just made in the open floor, directly ahead, put it on the right angle. Just solid as Cliff Hawkins was able to run it down.
Tar Heels control off the miss by Fitch.
Good denial. Kentucky worked very hard at not permitting dribble drive down the lane. Sliding through screens very well.
Scott backs it out. It's under 11 minutes left, second half. 10 on the shot clock. Good defense by Kentucky.
And there's the double up. They'll do a great job.
Hawkins and the possession points to North Carolina.
And after a rest, Lang is coming back with others. See if they can get going again. And talking to Bob McKinnon, one of the assistants before the game, he's really confident as they are. You know, these guys will learn how to play and get better with their recruiting, and they will have it back where they. There's Bobby on the left. Of course, his dad, incidentally, right here, his dad's birthday. Back up in Buffalo. Bob McKinnon loves to go to Buffalo. He's big. Former Canisius coach there, of course, longtime NBA coach and general manager. That's his son. But it's tough with the tradition and the success of Carolina because everybody wants to know why. They all expect them to be good no matter what.
Oh, the give. Prince down the lane.
And too many guys.
3-on-1 break.
No blue shirts back.
Prince with 29. He had 23 in the first half. The lead now 62-44. Tipped in, no. Bogans goes for it. Collision. Hawkins on the deck, and now a whistle.
It should be Lang, I think. Let's see what they call it. Yeah, they got it right. The big body always loses in situations like that with Hawkins. But how about this? Not enough shirts back. Overpowering in the open floor. A little semi-hook finish by Tayshaun Prince.
Lang with his third personal. And so Hawkins will go to the free throw line and will shoot a pair. Kentucky 4 of 8 from the line. 5 of 9 now. While North Carolina is 5 of 9.
Now this is one of these situations where execution becomes important for North Carolina. They don't have the breakdown guy. It's basically a team game, and this is where you've got to use people, use the screen, set your man up, and get into it. Here's a high, look now, high pick and roll as they jam it. I think Stone tries to stuff it by pushing Lang.
His second, Marvin Stone.
He's had a solid game, though.
Boy, he has. 10 points, had 3 buckets in the first 20 minutes. He's junior out of Huntsville, Alabama. Back-to-back double-figure games, had 13 against VMI. Now Lang against Stone, little jump hook. Been there most of the day. This time falls hard off the iron. Here comes Bogans.
Hey, Lang showed a lot of courage, really sprinted down the floor to get Capel, I believe, on the back. And if you're sick, it's awfully hard to muster up the energy to get down the floor.
Fouls on Capel, that's his second. Marvin Stone will be at the line to shoot.
Capel with his second foul. That's a good-looking Marvin Stone. 4 for 4 from the floor. This is the front end.
Great news, right? As you take a look at some of the great coaches, the history of Dean's disciples, Jeff Lebo, Hunter Pearson, Randy. Where is Roy Williams, by the way? Former players he coached.
Roy played JV.
Doggone it. His son Scott was a varsity player. We'll have to talk to Roy. Bring up the past. It was one of the great successes at Kansas. They're getting better and better. Taking it over Arizona. And you can see Lang just a little bit off on his shots now because you just don't have that surge of energy when you're under the weather. But still able to get to the free throw line.
You can tell perspiring heavily, and out of breath is Lang. Lang, a solid big man. Bill at 6'11", shoots 50% from the floor, and a good free throw shooter. And here's the book on Chris Lang.
And the book of love, and he loves to duck in and does a lot of things with his releases. He's extended his offensive game a little bit, and once in a while his selective aggressiveness, competing but not fouling, something that he's done well today. Had a great start, unfortunately uncomfortable at halftime, and just a little bit off as we get into the second half.
Under 10 minutes left, 64-46, Kentucky. Bogan, that ball nearly picked off.
Two guys ready.
Prince blocked. Estill kept it alive.
So that's the best trip defensively I've seen North Carolina have. Just high energy, and the challenge by Lang at the end. Just terrific. You think he got the look, and usually he'll pump and let the guy go by and then drill it. But great timing by Chris Lang.
Estill was whistled for the foul, and the boos here at Rupp Arena obviously telling you they do not agree.
A little packed house here. They were talking about some of the attendance lately. A few people not showing for what they may have considered weren't the North Carolina type games. Good move, Scott, to the open side.
Tough shot, reaching out. Estill drops it to Hawkins, who races across midcourt. Leaves it.
That's what he does well. Look at this dish, distributing.
Got the roll down.
Hawkins make the move, and Prince is unselfish. But Scott last trip, he'll learn how far to go, what to do prior to getting amongst the big people, and learn to finish and find people that are available. Here exposes the ball to a pretty good defender in Cliff Hawkins.
Bill, you make a great point about sharing the wealth. Not only does Tayshaun shoot 4 assists in this game as well.
Solid. And so is Hawkins as well. Gets a nice round of applause here.
Hawkins goes out with 5 points. This is a kid who's been able to control his emotions from a year ago, and that means more minutes on the floor.
Well, that's what they were trying to just calm down a little. And now you can see the difficulty. Capel again almost with a terrific rebound. Took a shot, and Prince is holding his here.
Melvin Scott to Williams.
The Lang should take his guy down because he's so much bigger and stronger than Prince. Here they go.
Wants the ball. Draws the double team, kicks to Jawad Williams, puts it on the deck. Back over Lang, but too strong, battles for the rebound.
That's a nice looking offensive set, though.
Prince brings it up court. Coast to coast.
Ooh, the kiss.
And the tip. Daniels couldn't get it. Prince rebounding and a whistle.
And maybe Lang, I'm not sure, or Capel, but they are just up attacking the tin. And Carolina not able to match them with the consistency necessary to hang in this game. And right here, the big lefty, how soft is that? If he doesn't make it, it's tippable, but just quicker to the ball, wanting it more. And that's sometimes indicative of either fatigue or the guy's not really getting after it.
Third foul on Jason Capel. There's Tayshaun Prince with 29 points, co-captain for Kentucky, now with 30. And Bill, the book on Prince.
Well, you mentioned his handle, his assist. Look at him, the size. He stretches the D. We've seen that with the 3. The question I have, mixing it up. You got to be picky, right? What the heck? Getting in that mid-range, but he has just been extraordinary as he turns the corner, making plays as well as converting from deep.
Prince, 31 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. We'll be back. 68-46 Kentucky. And North Carolina, Bill Raftery has never been able to recover from that early onslaught by Tayshaun Prince from behind the three-point line, who just blew this game open early in the first half.
And he's adjusted too. They've played better defense, North Carolina, and yet he's been able to dribble, drive, and conversely, the difficulty I think for Matt Doherty is just great courage and inner strength that Chris Lang not able to keep his stomach in order. Just a very, very tough time. Mark Davis there since 1974, the trainer. their biggest concern is his health, but he continues to be uncomfortable on the bench, and he just, guys love to play and give it up, and Lang a great example of that.
18 points. He fell ill at halftime, we were told. Didn't know if he could play. Put some minutes on the floor and still battling, as I mentioned. The shot rejected by Bursticker.
Please Estal getting over there quickly. You got to get rid of the shot or pump fake.
Hey, what's the corner?
Capel needing help inbound. Bursticker down to Scott. 7.5 to go. Morrison for 3 and an out. Bursticker trying to put it back in a whistle.
There was a breakdown. They were some in zone, some in man-to-man. I'm not sure of what defense they were in. They left a wide open look for Morrison.
Bursticker will be at the line.
So to the free throw line goes Brian Bursticker.
You may have seen Tubby there just chatting, making sure they know what defense they were in. Didn't have the right communication.
Well, next Saturday is a Pac-10 Big Ten showdown with Jason Gardner and the Arizona Wildcats. Tangle with Marcus Taylor and the Michigan State Spartans. For more, go to cbs.sportsline.com. America Online keyword CBS Sportsline. Bursticker makes them both.
How about those young guys, Bynum, Stoudemire, Fry, Fox, Lattimore. Arizona keeps coming. You mentioned Jason Gardner, one of the premier point guards. Rick Anderson, too, another. Of course, Michigan State always tough. Taylor, the distributor.
Three-pointer falls down. Boy, the threes just keep coming. This time it belongs to Blevins, J.P. Blevins. His first bucket, the senior from Edmonton, Kentucky. Morrison the other way. Too strong. Bursticker on the backside. Big fella, turn around, squares up nicely and hits.
Now they could use another big body to contribute as they get into the ACC season. And Bursticker, one of those guys, 50-year guy, graduated geography major, I'm told. Nice read again. Give it up.
Jawad Williams, Capel on the trailer. Waited too long. Got it, though.
My goodness, got to make a good pass, though. Right? I mean, that's part of getting better as a player. Give it to your teammate in time where he can do the damage. And Williams very lucky here. It gives it late. It doesn't give the pass properly. Very tough one to handle below the waist.
Kamara with his first foul, so Capel with an opportunity for a three-point play. There's his numbers, 10 points, 8 rebounds. Make it 11 for the day. Blevins blocks it past midcourt. Picked up by Melvin Scott.
Double and recovery. So that's the one they got to come up with.
Yeah.
And go the other way.
Bogans. Boy, that ricocheted off the window.
Boy, those could hurt some people. Well, you mentioned Arizona, and we're talking about teams out of the gate, and not to offend a lot of teams who have done very well, but I think Arizona's been unbelievable. Of course, Kansas, the only one in that loss. Ball State, Tim Buckley. Interesting, Tim Buckley was an assistant for Tom Crean. What a job they've done up in Milwaukee. Outstanding. Marquette Golden Eagles and Ball State Cardinals, and Ball State defeated Kansas and UCLA out of the gate, and they played Indiana this afternoon. It was a tough game when we went on air. I don't know the result is over yet, but just outstanding play.
Morrison with the steal for North Carolina. Works it hard, that floater. Prince, boy, he got up.
So you got to read ahead. The big people respect them. Nice extra pass.
Blevins fouled hard by Morrison.
So now Morrison didn't read ahead. You got to respect the opponent and analyze properly. And we did get just from the truck. Indiana did beat Ball State 74-61 in Indiana. So Coach Davis continues, huh? Mike having a good run. He started with Carolina, then Notre Dame, and then this one.
Blevins at the free throw line. Makes the first, and tonight in prime time. Tune in. The Tennessee Volunteers play for a shot at the national title. They take on the LSU Tigers in the SEC title game presented by Dr. Pepper. That's tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here. Don't turn your dial on CBS.
That's a surprise in a lot of ways,
Oh, yeah. I'd say the SEC season really been a surprise down the stretch run. Auburn really surprised. Upset the final 2 games of the season and did not get to the title game in Atlanta. Tennessee able to rally after that home loss to Georgia.
And what does LSU do if they beat Tennessee? What does that do to them?
Makes things crazy, Bill. makes things crazy.
Chaotic, huh?
Capel on the low block. Draws a double team. Nice. Gave it down. Bursticker trying to slam. Pops off the rim. Capel has it. A fresh 35 on the shot clock. The fadeaway.
And you just hit it. Fresh 35. They rushed it. Could have gotten something better.
Bogan comes out of the pack. 3 on 2. Left it. Prince for 3.
That's like a layup generally, huh? Oh, everybody in the... He usually likes to get it about the half-court line before he drills it.
I was going to say, Tayshaun, if you could hear Bill, please step out 1 or 2 more feet.
Don't you get the feeling, though, that he's down? I heard one of the players using the word amped. One of the college kids, I think Brian Sidney, after they played Michigan State, he was amped, going back home. And right now, Tayshaun Prince is not amped. No. He's out of that zone.
Well, both teams have really cooled. I mean, compared to what we saw in the first 20 minutes, they have not been hitting from the three-point line. That ball sneaks in. Bursticker with 6 points all here in the second half. He's a senior, 6'10", out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. 73-55, just under 5 minutes left.
Carolina doing a nice job defensively. Just got a closeout challenge. And this is where I think he could really help this team if he could get some touches in there and do some damage, because he's such a tough guy deep.
Prince looks fatigued, just short on that little jump shot.
If I'm playing him, I'd rather him catch it in the post than inside. If I'm playing against him. Nice lob. Strong.
And a whistle. Nice entry pass as Williams goes for his 7th point.
And Larson with that entry pass that you mentioned. Hey, Lang's going to come again. He gave the coach the word. He's ready to go.
Well, I tell you, Gutty, Lang
sure
will return when we come back. Hopefully a towel he'll have handy after this.
The road to the Final Four is sponsored by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. Olympus, the most realistic digital images yet. Olympus, nothing's impossible. And by Dremel.com, helping you with lots of projects, even finding the perfect holiday gift. Dremel.
The banner hangs in Rupp Arena for the voice of the Kentucky Wildcats. Kaywood Ledford, 39 years behind the microphone, passed away, Bill, in September, age 75. The first non-player or coach to receive such a great honor. And by the way, against Louisville coming up, they're going to rename this floor Kaywood Court against Louisville, a game you'll see right here on CBS.
And you know what's nice about that, not only Tubby, but Rick Pitino, a great pal. And I was fortunate enough on CBS radio to work his last game in the NCAA tournament and get to know him the last few years when he was still working. And just a delight. I mean, as a young guy listening to the Kentucky calls, I mean, the deep resonance of his voice. What a wonderful guy, so well respected here. It's a terrific honor and well deserved.
For most of us in this business, if you can think 39 years, you're blessed. Morrison gives it up. A whistle before the shot. And it looks like Jawad may have turned the left ankle. His bodies were on the deck.
And he did. And what happened is, this is a jump stop. And again, mistakes being made that, you know, Matt as a coach knows these things will happen. And that's the dilemma. It's just that a lot of guys are inexperienced there. Marshall just ends up too deep without a decision. And then Williams, as you mentioned, at the end, is that number 5?
Yeah, 5 for Brian Morrison, who leads with 6 points, had a pair of threes in the first half, and went scoreless so far as he walks off with 4:06 left.
And Matt just chatting with him prior to him sitting down, and now Bob McKinnon chatting with him. It's one of those things, it's a learning process, and it's tough. And the one thing that Matt mentioned when our people were talking to him about the effort of and leadership, and thinking of Capel and Lang, you know, they just hung in there. They've shown their toughness. They're just working hard, and that's what they hope carries over to the other people.
Hawkins makes a pair of free throws, 7 on the afternoon. Bogan's reached in, out of bounds. There'll be North Carolina basketball when we come back. A timeout at Rupp Arena. 75-58 Kentucky. With a lot of ambition and a responsibility to the disadvantage. Now he's getting something he never had. Competition. Don't miss an all-new episode of the season's highest-rated new drama, The Guardian. That's Tuesday on CBS. And here's our CBS Sportsline stat of the game. 3-point field goals. North Carolina, Bill, 5 of 17. Prince heading by himself, 7 of 11. And get complete game stats at CBSSportsline.com or America Online keyword CBS Sportsline.
And what Kentucky has done from the outset, and Tubby's guys were prepared. Offensively, they understood what they wanted to do. They took what was given them, but defensively, didn't let people turn the corner. They slipped screens. Other than Lang's post-up, they were energetic on and the loose balls they got after, but just sensational. I mean, that was a thrill. Not for Matt Doherty, but for people that love basketball to see a guy get into that realm that most of us have never scratched and knock down those deep ones.
And those numbers you just saw too, Bill, is proof positive the game he's played. Not only shooting the ball, but he's had 11 boards, a double-double, 31 and 11, and also 5 assists.
Now you notice they're denying the ball on the wing, and they're really harassing the pass to the post and forcing some tough shots.
Tip wouldn't go. Lane back in.
Ooh, right in the stomach.
Williams took a shot. Ooh. Doubled him over, but he's up.
It looks like the hand, too, as he said. You ever get that on your thumb? Oh, lights out. Good hands.
Hawkins retrieves. No, Melvin Scott. Got this little bug. He's 6'2", out of Baltimore. Only a freshman.
And learning the new position in a sense.
Actually was a 2-guard in high school and forced to try to run this North Carolina program.
Good help by Capel.
Don't turn around, no. Rebound goes out to Jawad.
Oh, he's really hurt. Ankle, thumb.
Finally comes back as Scott to help out. Under 3 minutes left.
The Lang loading up, but they just can't get the right angle.
Well, tomorrow on CBS, the National Football League continues. San Diego and Philadelphia. How about that matchup there at quarterback? Also, Tennessee and Minnesota. Late games, Jets and Pittsburgh, Kansas City and Oakland. It all begins with the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines. All begins at high noon Eastern on CBS. And for more, go to NFL.com. America Online keyword NFL.com.
I don't think they have the energy to really get after people and press up if you were to make the free throws. See if they can do some damage in the half court. Reed and trap. Here comes the trap. Scott gets called for it.
That will be his third.
Foul is on Scott, his third.
Kids have such quick feet, don't they, to take away an angle. Puts a lot of pressure on a referee. What's your take on Kentucky?
You know what? Tayshaun Prince, obviously, an outside threat. Consistency will be a key for Tubby and the guys. And Bogans, you know, today, only 2 points, but doing some things away from the ball, which has been impressive. Got some good points from Marvin Stone.
No, absolutely, and I think that's the key for this team. You know, Bogans is going to have better games in this, but he does play hard, particularly, as Tubby said, around the offensive end. I think guys inside have to help him. Kamara's one. Estel is another. Just to jump in with Stone. And no Parker, which everybody is aware of, unfortunately, with their knee problems. And that's hurt them somewhat. So these guys are going to get a chance. They're going to 5-second count or no?
Hawkins really doing it. Williams, the whistle, and a blocking foul. Well, tonight here on CBS, don't forget, it's the SEC Championship game from Atlanta, presented by Dr. Pepper. Tennessee and LSU, 8 o'clock tonight here on CBS. And here's the tale of the tape. Volunteers 10-1, rallying from that home loss against Georgia. LSU 8-3. How about the points? Wow, could be a wide open game tonight. SEC title game on CBS.
You like those wide open games, huh? Because you're out there in that WAC conference area. They go up and down a little bit.
Oh, the old WAC, the Mountain West.
Yeah.
Off the back of the iron is Williams. And Bill, let me ask you about what North Carolina. I mean, Matt Doherty is very upfront about what's going on. He's lost some key components from his team. He doesn't have Ronald Curry. He does not have Julius Peppers, a couple of players that he thought would come back. But success, they're going to the bowl game. They've got combines. And basically what he has is what he's going to have to work with. A lot of youth.
And you know what? The interesting thing for a coach, he'll reflect back years from now and how much he's learned under this situation and how much he's had to do and how you question yourself and your staff. And yet you admire the guys if they will work hard. As that we had that little soundbite earlier on him. If they'll get after his plug, they can come up with wins as they did against Georgia Tech the other night.
Well, you got a player like Lang working as hard as he has and battling through the flu. I think North Carolina in the long run is going to be okay.
And learning to run the offense and get a little rhythm in it. You can always end up with that deep jack out there. But they played a very tough Kentucky team. And this, from looking at tape, this is the best defense I've seen Kentucky play. So
Agreed.
Put that as a first road test for young people for Carolina against a terrific team.
Especially this half. Been very active. There's a timeout. 1:09 left. 77-59 Kentucky, and we'll be back. Well, the votes are in. The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game are Chris Slang from North Carolina. Any surprise, Bill? Tayshaun Prince from Kentucky, 31 points. That ties his career high. Chevrolet will make a contribution to each school's general scholarship fund to reward outstanding students for their academic achievements and to assist those in financial need.
And Lang, through the adversity, will get that vote without the points. And just
hey, anybody who's got a cup and a towel sitting on the bench and says, Coach, give me a minute, I'm coming back in, deserves some notoriety, right?
He's my guy. That toughness only spills over. It becomes contagious.
Sears and does a little scoop with the right hand.
Like it's supposed to happen.
The lead is 20.
These guys become heroes here, too. Childs out guarding the basketball.
Final seconds, Manuel, fall away, too strong. Capel still working hard. On the floor, rebound goes to Kentucky, and now traveling.
Pretty good defensive play, caused the turnover. Adam Childs there with the Matt Tyson Buttle in there. The longest name in the history of Kentucky basketball. Now, do you think Brooks Downey has nothing else to do with his notes?
Let me count that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it is a long one. Tyson Buttle.
And, also there, Josh Carrier, number 5, his dad, Chris, the former great ABA player. Darryl.
Williams tried to tip over the back. Capel has the ball stripped away
by Carrier.
Sears chases it down and up on the scores table. How about that? Standing tall.
I've seen one guy do it. He won a ring. Jordan after one of the good hustle.
Was that after 4 or 5?
I lost track after a while.
Final second. Ticking down at Rupp Arena, North Carolina, Kentucky. Capel. 3 ball wouldn't go. And the tip goes to Kentucky and then touched by Capel as he tried to reach in. You know, the effort. If you're going to judge this loss, Bill, North Carolina, Matt Doherty says, play for me. Show me hustle. He's got to be, he likes what he sees, at least in that category.
Well, you got to compete in the ACC, and that's what he's getting ready for.
So for Bill Raftery, this is Craig Bullerjack. We say so long from Rupp Arena with a final score. Kentucky 79, North Carolina 59. Tonight, it's the SEC Championship presented by Dr. Pepper as the second-ranked Tennessee Volunteers take on LSU. Kentucky by 20 over Carolina. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports, home of the men's NCAA basketball championship.